Hey, it's Biddy Penny, and I'm here with some Your Extra cards. So, I'm using items from my stash. There's nothing brand new to show you here. Maybe you have the same items, maybe you have something different. This is just for inspiration. Now, I have 3 of these. They were on like a ridiculous sale. I think I got them for $2 each. And I thought they'd be handy for creating my own phrases, but you're going to see how that went here in a minute. So I have everything loaded up on my Stamparatus. So I have my phrase on one side that I wanted for the inside of the card, and then this background stamp. In this video, I left in me stamping out the background stamp 3 or 4 times because I wanted you to see the various results. So in that one, I had inked it up half blue, half green, and then I go back and I switch my colors to the opposite end, and the results were kind of surprising. I just kind of came up with a bunch of green and only a little bit of blue in the middle, so that was weird. But that's why I left it in. I tried some things. Maybe you can try some things. You'll get different results than I got, but it's gonna work. So I really like geometric stamps and stuff when I'm trying to create more masculine cards. I just find that they lend themselves more generously towards masculine designs. So I actually have quite a few geometric shapes, but I mean, I love geometrics myself, and I'm obviously not a man, but whatever. So I kind of hate generalizing like man, woman, boy, girl, especially in this day and age. It kind of almost seems irrelevant in a lot of ways. So unisex is kind of where it's at, right? But the characters on these cards are masculine. So the characters I used are from Tim Holtz, and I love the set. It's the one with the goat, the cat, what else is in there, like an ostrich and a gorilla, and they're brilliant. Plus I love all the phrases. So that set, I've used it time and time again, and I just love it. But they're all wearing suits with like ties, and they have a very masculine aura about them, if you will. All right, so here you're gonna see me. My idea was to stamp this sentiment on the inside of the card, but I only did one, and I was not pleased with the results. Okay, when you're working with alpha stamps, if they're designed to stamp, like put next to each other the way I did this, let's see, who has some of those? Stampin' Up! Has some of those, Lawn Fawn has some of those, and I'm sure there's other companies too, where they're actually designed so you can load them up on a big like Misty or Stamparatus like this. But these alphas are really designed to go individually on blocks, and you just stamp each letter individually so you can get them closer together, right? Because these are really spaced out. Now I had actually trimmed a lot of the extra plastic away from these, but still I just was not pleased with this result. Like, you can barely read it as a phrase. But I was trying to come up with my own sentiment, right? So my resolution was to go to my computer and type something up. And I printed it on cardstock paper, and then I'm just going to take it and trim it and make it work. So I made 2 cards like this where I trimmed this geometric design. I trimmed off the excess that's not stamped. So I did 2 like this, and then I did 2 where I didn't do any trimming at all. Okay, this paper is sized at 4 by 5 1/4, so just slightly smaller than the card base, an A2 size card base, because I like a border. So I left that in, so that's how I did 2 of the cards. And then I ink blended around the edges. At first, I tried this little technique that did not give me any results. Then I thought, okay, I'll ink blend with this blue yonder. That's really not what I'm looking for either. So then I decided to grab Hippo from Lawn Fawn, and I'm going to ink blend with this, and it's going to give me exactly what I was looking for. You know, you have something in mind and you got to figure it out. So this is me figuring it out. And that's what I wanted. Okay, so now I'm bringing in VersaFine ink, and I am using it to stamp the Your Extra sentiment. I find that this ink is absolutely best for these bold type sentiments where you know, you've got blocks of ink, and in the center, the cutout is the wording. I find that VersaFine just is the only one that gives me the results that I want. So now I have extras, and I was going to trim these up and try to keep my fingers out of that ink. Oh my goodness, story of my life. Always trying to keep my fingers out of this ink. Okay, so you're going to see, this is the paper I brought in because I wanted there to be some paper behind this. And then I'm deciding which one of these little cutie pies is going to go on. And I decide on the cat and the goat. I have a lot of cards with the gorilla and the goat already. So I'm keeping this so basic. Okay, so I'm stamping in Hippo because I didn't want it to be really black. I just wanted it to kind of, you know, be this gray color. So I just stamp these out, and then I fussy cut them, which is very easy to do. And then I'm going to bring in my brushes again. I'm going to ink blend them to color them. So I'm not going to get real detailed here. That's another thing when I'm creating like masculine cards. I find that I just keep it simple. Like if I add characters like this, I don't color them. I just keep them very simple. Now, my husband says to me, hey, we like color, and you know, we like fun stuff. So I showed him this card, and at the time it had this copper wire behind the sentiment, which you might see here. And he looked at it, he's like, it's cool, it's cool. Is that like a handkerchief? What's that thing behind the words? And I was like, oh, that's just like an embellishment accent. He's like, oh, okay. So I ripped it out, and he's like, yeah, that's better. So, you know, what that showed me is, you know, some of us can handle more abstract, and others are going to try to figure out, like, what does that mean? Like that, I'm sure that means something, but I don't know what that means. Or, you know, what is that supposed to be? I'm sure that's supposed to be an object. I'm just not, I don't know. I've never seen something like that before, right? So it's more perplexing than maybe just something random, which is so me, very random. Anyways, I thought I would share that with y'all so that when you see the pictures, you're not going to see that copper piece, and that's why. So I have this YouTube channel because, bless my husband's heart, I'm always like, here, look, see what I made? See what I made? He's like, you need a YouTube channel. I know he's so supportive and he doesn't mind looking, but I started this just so I could share what I'm making with others and have conversations about it. So I'm here, I'm all about the community. So please leave me a comment so we can chat. All right, so this is the second card here. And I'm just taking that base and inking around it. I mean, it's just simple stuff here. But I really like the results that this gives. It makes the whole design seem like it was uniform and you didn't just stamp something on top of it, but the paper was made that way. At least that's how I feel that it looks. So here I decided to back my sentiments with some of that wood pattern paper. And then I bring in my little goat who's chewing on a stalk of weed, if that's what you call it, of wheat. And he's just so cute. So, mentioning comments, let me know down below, are masculine cards something that you make? If so, how do you do? Like, is it something that you feel like you struggle with, or that they come together pretty easily? I'd like to know. I don't feel like I really struggle with them. They're just not what... I'm never like, ooh, I can't wait to sit down and make a masculine card. So here's the results. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.